daycare and boarding facility here in Marion. We are an enrichment-based facility, and we do small daycare settings, so we only allow a maximum of 14 to 16 dogs in the building at a time.
Okay, do you want to tell me a little bit about how you got started?
Actually, we got started because of financial insecurity. My husband's job moved him here. We were living on the East Coast. I was born and raised in North Carolina. My husband's job moved him here, and we knew nobody. We had no family. We didn't have friends, no anything. So we moved here the summer of the derecho, just before it hit. And then a couple of years later, my husband's mother got sick. She lives in India. So he traveled to India for a couple of weeks, and during that time, his job was eliminated. So with me being home with 2 kids and my husband having no job, I said, well, I need to get a job. I've been a stay-at-home mom for 10 years. And I tried to apply for everything. I have retail management background. I was a detention officer for 5 years in Union County, North Carolina, but I couldn't find a job. I tried DoorDash, and that just spiked my anxiety. And I was sitting there petting my dog one night, and I was like, is there a DoorDash for like pet services? And I started Googling, and I found Rover, and I started as a dog walker. Just kind of expanded from there after seeing that my clients were like, oh, we need boarding and stuff, and I was like, well, I could do that. So I opened this place.
What a transition from different types of jobs.
Yeah. I like to keep it interesting.
So what's a day in the life of, one, a business owner, but 2, owning a pet daycare like?
Yeah, I like to say it's controlled chaos. Obviously, animals are very honest in their feelings. If they don't like something, they're going to let you know pretty quick. So, we come in and we open up, we get the dogs that are boarding out, we get them breakfast, and then the daycare dogs are coming, and kind of anything from there can happen. They can be in a great mood, they can be kind of cranky, need a little bit of time, but
You stay busy.
We stay busy.
Yeah. How would you say you stand out from other pet daycares?
I would say that our size, helps. Most of these other daycares, they get 60, 80 dogs in a day. We max out at 14 to 16 dogs a day, and our enrichment program is included in everything we do. We don't consider it an add-on. It's what we do. So every day your dog comes in, we're going to pull them aside one-on-one, and we're going to do something with them specifically for them, just to spend a little bit of time with them. It could be a lick mat, it could be playing fetch with them, it could be, hey, your mom said you haven't been sitting very well, let's go over your sit with you, stuff like that, just basics, and just something to give them a little individual time instead of just all out playing.
So with that many dogs, how many staff do you normally need to have each day?
So I keep a minimum of 2 people in the building at all times. We do have shift overlaps where we have 4 people in the building, and we typically have 3 closers. In the mornings we'll have, like right now it's myself and Bree is here. So we're interviewing today. Yeah.
With that, what are your hours?
So for daycare, we run from 7 a.m. is our earliest drop-off, and 6:30 p.m. is our latest pickup. For boarding, 6 p.m. is our latest pickup, because we need to get them supper and stuff like that. So.
And then as for in-home, you said you offer, what's that look like?
Yeah, so in-home we offer dog walking. We offer drop-in visits for cats and for dogs. It's really good for like elderly dogs that don't want to be here, and they don't really need a whole lot of detailed attention,
So do you feel like this is a competitive industry to work in?
Not in the sense of I'm trying to steal clients from other doggy daycares, or they're trying to steal clients from me. We try to compete as far as, we're offering better services than the others, but there's enough dogs for everybody, and I find that most of the doggy daycares around here, we all know each other. We, will refer people to each other. I've referred several people to Cedar Run and Haya Dog and Apple Creek, just because we're not very big and we can't handle, certain things. And also, they have a larger staff, they have more availability than we have, so you might be better off checking there.
Yeah, that makes sense. So do you feel like location matters?
Yes. Especially when you're starting out, most zoning puts doggy daycares for noise compliance into industrial areas. So if you can get like roadside, like we're right off of 3rd Avenue, so people have come by and they're like, oh, I saw your sign. but that's rare. So being in a very highly visible area, it doesn't happen very often, but it is super helpful if you can find one.
Mm-hmm. So why did you choose Marion?
I live in Marion. I wanted to be close to the pavilion. You know, there's been several nights where we've had bad weather in the middle of the night, and I'm here, you know, overnight, and then I just want to pop home and have supper with my kids and then come right back or something like that.
So the convenience.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are there any additional services that you offer?
Actually, we have Ashley with Hackles and Hides. She does a birthday/Gotcha Day party. She comes in and she does, like, you know, all the decorations. She takes professional grade photos. She does like a little tote bag that you go home with the return gifts, stuff like that, and it's really great. And we're actually teaming up with Uptown Paws. They come in the last Thursday every month and they do a nail clinic. And then we're also going to be converting one of our second bathrooms into a self-washing station. Uptown Paws will come in and they'll do baths here, but then when they're not here, you can do self-wash here as well.
So how does scheduling work? Can we book online, or is there a link that we need to go to or call in?
Yeah, so our website is www.dogstarpets.com. My husband, you know, he's in IT. He built a really awesome website for us that works 95% of the time. Otherwise, you can just send me a text message at 319-382-9005, and you can just ask me directly. But generally, booking online works really well too.
Okay. So as for owning a business, is there any advice that you would give other small business owners?
I mean, if you're willing to work 7 days a week for a couple of years, it's really great. I would definitely never change anything about doing this again. I would definitely do it again.
That's great. Thank you so much for sharing your business with us.
Absolutely.